Good morning, Amanda Plevel with drfoodie.live, and you're kind of watching an episode of Dr. Foodie TV because we recorded one yesterday, but we're going to kind of do a little interim one as well because my husband is a busy dude and he is probably not going to get that out till later this week. So I get lots of questions about how do you chart with the food functions, and so I like to go online and fill these out so that you can see how that works, especially when you're getting more of that vegetation diet, where if you've read Clean Your Plate, we look for 70% vegetation sources, 30% other sources. And so, especially during the day, most of my meals always come. I'm going to show you here. I'll tip it down so you can see. Most of my lunches, especially, are just, I kind of just grab whatever was left over in the fridge. And so I'm going to show you how to chart this, and then I'll show you back here again so you can see what all it was. So people always ask because they get confused because every other diet that we talk about, we have to weigh and measure and count calories and count grams, and that's not what we do when we do food functions. Remember, it's super simple. We use food functions, builders, eliminators, congesters, and lubricators. The eliminators column, we want 2 for every one of these acidic forming columns, which are the builders, your proteins, and the congesters, which are grains, sugars, starches, breads, cereals, noodles, that kind of stuff. Builders are proteins, not just animal proteins, but every kind of protein. So my main builder for today is this chickpea hummus. And so you're doing it in comparison. You're not, everybody always asks, what's considered a serving size? Well, it's not really so much a serving size as it is a comparison. So that's how you keep the balance, okay? So like, I'm having about 1/4 cup of my chickpea hummus. So I'm going to put 1 tally there, and then in comparison to everything else I'm eating. So I'll tip it down here again. It doesn't, so I don't have to write a tally for the spinach and the arugula and the purple cabbage and the mandarin oranges and the carrots and the blueberries and the grapes and the strawberries and the cauliflower. I don't have to write a tally for each one of those, especially because, you know, it might just be a handful of each. So what I do is in comparison. So in comparison to my 1/4 cup that I'm eating of my builder that I have to balance out, that is about, let's say, 3/4 cup. That's another one. That's another one. That's 2 more. So that's 6 tallies for the eliminators because they're all vegetables or fruits in comparison to the 1 tally that I put for the builder. So if you just keep that in mind, that there isn't necessarily a number or an amount that makes a serving, it's just the comparable to the one that you're trying to balance out. So I didn't have any congesters. I don't have much for additional proteins in my lunch, but if you think about it, most people don't remember that there is protein in every vegetable as well. So one unique, shocking little fact is that in a head of cauliflower, there is actually 11 grams of protein in a head of cauliflower. Obviously, you're not going to sit down and eat the whole head, but that's not bad. So in the serving size of the chickpea hummus, let me think here, 2 tablespoons to 2 grams of protein. So I'm getting about 8 grams of protein in my hummus. So it's 1 serving in comparison to the other 1/4 cups of vegetation, but I'm actually getting 8 grams of protein in just the hummus alone, not including the vegetables. Sometimes with people, sorry, that's my little Bella, who thinks that she wants to do the video with us. Just hold on, Bella. So sometimes, you know, in meat eaters and animal eaters, I'll even do kind of separate that so that throughout the day you can see if how many animal product proteins did you have, how many plant-based proteins did you have. You can even do it with the eliminator column if you want to get more further into, you know, how much of each source am I getting. So you can tally how many fruits you had, how many cruciferous vegetables you had, how many greens and herbs you had. You can do that if you want to, but don't get confused by the idea of serving size or calories or points or anything like that. Just look at the comparison and tally down the things that you're eating. So hope that helped. Look for the Dr. Foodie episode video coming out. We just recorded it yesterday, and I don't even remember what it was on. We did so many videos yesterday. So watch for that to come out, and we will see you soon.